There are few editorials in Hindu today. One on the new education policy and universal health, and then other on the artificial intelligence policy requirement. So these are very important actually. This is a essay about the new education policy 2020 gives a positive outlook over it. Continuous assessments and reduction of the learning hours in the classroom. It puts a comparison between the European Union and India, and it says they have got more number of classroom hours than compared to the European Union. And then basically individualizing the examination and continuous assessment. These are the two things that the major thing that this article is speaking about. So you can go through it. There are a lot of positive things about new education policies given. So you can go through this. Next is about the, as I've been saying, that artificial intelligence, what is the requirement? India, I hope you could see the screen. India is at a crucial junction in deploying AI-powered surveillance while integrating advanced tech. This is what the entire article is suggesting too. We got a DPDP Act. I've been looking at it for some time. Digital Personal Data Protection Act. Basically, this is a very important thing, part of the AI. Now, for 1.5 months, we have been discussing about this. Only now it has come to a picture. What is the Digital Personal Data Protection Act? So you must add this notes part of that. Otherwise, you can extract all the AI related notes and then compile in a single page. So an article also says that in 2017 that informational privacy is a very useful essay actually. Article 21 that everybody knows the right to privacy. Then there's a judgment in 2017, Puttasamy versus Union of India. So fundamental right to extend the scope of informational privacy. So that is a point. And I hope I'm making it clear when it comes to artificial intelligence data, personalized data, as well as the copyright. These are the major issues of the artificial intelligence. So this article kind of puts in focus requirement of more surveillance in this matter. And we've got interesting act in hand, that is the Digital Personal Data and Protection, DPDP Act, Digital Personal Data Protection Act. So also the Article 21, and we got a case, Supreme Court judgment also on this. So there are exemptions to that you can go through it. These exemption raise red flags about the potential of misuse. Actually, for the medical treatment and others, there is a scope given for exemptions, but the article says that there are chances of misuse. So this is the judgment over that actually. In short, DPA places heightened scrutiny on individual data while offering the government broad leeway in its use and collection. Given the profound implication of AI technologies, the legal framework appears to be unbalanced, skewed in favor of state surveillance or individual rights. So this is what that judgment of the article is. So it is more stricter and gives more favor to the state surveillance, but it is bound to happen. We cannot go. We should be, looking at positively only. The surveillance of the state is also necessary while establishing the rights of individuals. So we cannot take the opinion of this essay. So you can see various other nations in European Union had Artificial Intelligence Act. So this article says that AI remains largely unregulated in India. So upcoming digital act, these are the two important act in hand. You must the act is yet to come. It is in the formation stage. So the digital in the act, you have to make note of it. So hope you get a overview of it. Two, three important acts I've got. One more judgment has come, and Article 21 is there. So it's an interesting essay. You must make note of it. And as usual, there is a universal health coverage. We got a challenge. Ayushman Bharat scheme has come for the elderly as well as the unprivileged classes. So it compares about the state's expenditure over the health. So it's a beautiful essay. You can go through it. So this is the conclusion it makes, that the increasing government health expenditure does not appear to be working in containingly issues. Out-of-pocket expenditure accounted for 50% of the health spending, not just in poor state. So that means out of the pocket. What I understand is the money which you don't have, you have to borrow. So it basically gives an analysis of the West Bengal's health scheme as other states. Actually, you can go through it. So the 58% shortfall in primary health centers and health wellness centers. This is of West Bengal only. This is of comparison of West Bengal versus other states when they. You also get to know the per capita expenditure and other lacunas in health systems. Just check about out of the pocket expenditure. I hope she does mean that the money which you don't have, you have to get out to borrow from others. Yeah, yeah. This we have seen now with this repetition. Yeah, actually that when we are in the important cusp of the developments in the one nation, one election. So there are criticism on the yesterday also in the next president noted that it's against the basic structure of the constitution, and we have got an essay by Pratap Bhavana Mehta, one of the leading intellectuals of India. Yesterday, Abhishek Manu Singhi had spoken about it. He's also a Congress MP. That's again a case. But you must know what are the counter views to the one nation, one election bills. So, so this is the question it raises: lack of trust in people, exaltation of executive power. These are the criticism of and the entire essay. It's almost a critical essay. As I told you that in the case of one nation, one nation, one election, you must give a positive view only. Positive only. Reduction of expenditure, administrative convenience, stable government, and then uh, you know such things you have to list out in the case of the one nation one election instead of criticizing it. I would advise you that only how to tune to that only, since we are aspiring for the central government examinations. Such criticism will come, but you just have a reading over it. So Yeah, there's another point in this actually 129 Constitutional Amendment Bill. You may see that what are the important articles that had to be amended. So 82A, you can have, hope you can see it, 82A 1 to 6, that you had amended for holding simultaneous elections. I've already seen the 2034 only such things could happen. This is for reading only. You must get that bill in hand actually. The Election Commission of India shall conduct general elections of the House and Legislature simultaneously. These are the four insertions in it. Three insertions 82A3, 82A4 define simultaneous elections as general election held for the Constitution in the House of People, and also 82A5 Election Commission of India option of not holding any particular assembly with election. So there is an option to not to conduct in any part. So, if an assembly election, I do to see, A6 is the major critical thing. If an assembly election is deferred, the full term of the assembly will also end with the full term of the Lok Sabha elected in general elections. So, these are the very critical points. This you have to note actually. From 82A 3, 4, 5, and 6, we have to get the bill in hand actually. But this is sufficient for you. This is basically introduction only. They will not go into the details 82A 4 3 4 5 6, so they will not go in actually, because this is only a bill in the submission in discussion actually. Until unless it is passed as an act, you will not get any question, but there will be a question and opinion whether one nation, one election, how beneficiary it could be. Only that type of question could come, not more than that. But you must read the bill essentially, because that actually gives a support for the entire argument of common elections. Yeah. So there is a DG exam. I know that there's a restructure NT is being proposed. A lot of compliance about the leak of the entrance examination in the common university entrance. So many things are there. It gives a very depressing look. So I'm just sharing it personally. So Digiyatra, there is a Digiyatra app is there in which you can travel without producing ID cards and showing ID cards. Likewise, they're introducing Digi exam. So authentication, everything will happen online. So many things are there. You can go through it. It's related to education department and conducting of examinations. You can go through this. Yeah, this is statutory MSc, MSP. So statutory MSP, it means it gives a kind of a legal framework for it. So that is a session given by the standing committee, parliamentary standing committee in agriculture, headed by the address the issues, and farmers who say that there will be a more positive approach towards it. So now PM Kisan scheme is giving over 12,000 rupees in the place of 6,000 rupees. So it says that tenant farmers also may get such, instead of the farmers who are owning land, also the tenant farmer should also get this benefit of 12,000 rupees. That is all noted. The major focus is of the MSP. Legally binding MSP in India is essential not only for the safeguarding farmers. So when it comes to statutory, it means law and statute. So they wanted to have a statutory angle to it. it says the panel said legalize MSP would stimulate economic activity in the farming areas, benefiting local businesses. So that is the thing. So, for example, if somebody does not get MSP, minimum support price, they can go for court. Otherwise, any other legal framework. Yeah, the same news only. It's of Times of India. Yeah, this is of climate change. This is very important for you. I've been repeatedly telling. So, Tundra, I don't know how people pronounce it. So, this we can go through it. Actually, it's counter to the time. Tundra, this entire Arctic Circle. Uh, it plays a critical role in the global temperature and the climate change. So it actually emits a lot of carbon because it decomposes and does not happen. So a lot of carbon emission is happening. That's another fact. There's an interesting theory in the global discussion. So this you can see the decomposition does not happen. So then naturally more number of carbon dioxide is being carbon being released and storage also. So that's a theory. Yeah, this is again a parliamentary panel. Payment is not enough, and then more had to be given. You can see the maximum daily 374. Arunachal gets 234, lowest. It has to be increased. That is the argument by the parliamentary panel. So we have been discussing that India-China special representative talks is going on. Foreign minister, and the security advisor is in Beijing. So they're going to discuss about it. We got a brick, and there is a discussion about going back to pre-2020 levels and the surveillance that has been discussed. Let us see how it comes out. So this is what they say. The two SRs will discuss. SR means special representative, the management of peace and tranquility in border areas, and explore fair, reasonable, and mutually acceptable solution to the boundary question. That's what it says. So this is the same news in Indian Express. You can go through it. There's not much difference. Is the same word game is there. I don't need too much worry about it. Yeah, this is a essay over Prime Minister visit to Kuwait, first by Indian Prime Minister in more than 4 decades. So it is in the case of the Middle East, rather Arab countries. In the last few, I must say, last decade, it has gone a significant change. So Prime Minister visit is very, very significant in this matter. That's what the article is also saying. Entire history is being given. Entire history being given. Yeah, so saying PM has visited region frequently, 7 times to the UAE, 2 times to the Qatar and Saudi Arabia, and once to Bahrain and Oman. So the almost closes the circle. As I've been saying, the last decade, Prime Minister Modi had visited Arab countries quite frequently. So there's a lot of things to discuss. A lot of business establishment there in Kuwait, and then a lot of regular tourists are coming to India for treatment, and these are the major things that could be discussed here. There are issues of the Baathist regime also in Syria. That is always there, but international relation goes what is in hand rather than what is in the back. So that's the matter. So it's a very interesting, important visit of Prime Minister to Kuwait actually. The Pakistan is also there in between. That's another critical issue. Yeah, these are the two things that You don't need to go detail into it actually. So SEBI amends mutual fund norms to introduce new asset class. It's called as specialized investment fund, bridging the gap between mutual funds and the portfolio management services. This is there are a lot of things which keeps on happening. It's an entire another world actually. This stock exchange. So the things will come into discussion. So 10 lakh minimum investment is there. You don't need to go detail into it. So this SIP is another, which is aimed at bridging the gap between mutual funds and the portfolio management system. So mutual funds is a huge number and portfolio is small. So in between there is a something mid cap. I will not say mid cap. In the middle investment they introduced. So it's a new asset class basically that you can see. So the SMEs IPO norms is to be changed. This is very important actually. SME play a major role in the government policies. So hike in minimum application size, increase in requirement of minimum allottees for SME to 200. This is very important. This particular thing is very important, but it's tightening. We had already discussed about this actually. Once we have seen this we have to note actually. SMEs IPO norms is very very important for us. Hope you can see this. SIF, that is special investment, though that's a regular thing, but this is very important for you. This you can go through various norms that you have to go through. Yeah, yeah. This is another thing. Participatory notes of the foreign funds. So this is always a problem for us. Participatory notes. So there's always a problem of hedging also of this. So you can go through it. And again, this news of the group captain said to pilot the mission to IAS. So this you can make note of it. You can update it. What is Axe 4 mission? We have seen it. Oh, there's a small news. Kisan Kavach, Department of Biotechnology had it's called as anti-pesticide suit. So a suit intended to protect farm laborers from impact with the pesticide they spray. Basically, a suit is nothing but a dress you wear so that while spraying the chemicals, you will not get affected by the chemical. Trouser, puller, etc. This is called as Kisan Kavach. So that's all from me today.